everybody, welcome back. I hope you're doing great. So for today we are going to be talking about YG Entertainment. You may be asking yourself why, and I am asking myself that as well. I mean, I know why I'm talking about YG, but at the same time I feel like I shouldn't be talking about them because they are like one of the big companies and all of that, but it feels like they're struggling. Now the main thing what inspired this video in a way is because recently the news about Akmu, I never fully pronounced their name right, honestly. I don't think I ever did, but they left YG not too long ago after 10 plus years of being there, and I still remember them because they were on some kind of like survival show. I think it was K-pop Star, was it? Yeah, it was called that. It is like a survival show, a very old one, but they were from there. They're our brother and sister, and they signed with YG. They have been with YG since that show, and seeing them leave, I was like, another one? You know what I mean? So it's like, what exactly is happening with this company? Because they're one of the big ones, you know? So it's like, are you guys struggling? Is something happening there that everybody's like leaving? So I was like, I need to look into this. And then I started having like a tweet on Twitter, X. I'm still going to call it Twitter. I hate X. But I started seeing some tweets there, and I was like, oh, this is worse than I thought. So I just wanted to talk about it. Here we go. So if you don't know about YG Entertainment, I'm gonna tell you the very basic things that I found that I think are important for the story here. So they have been around since 1996, literally the year that I was born, and it was founded by Jang Hyun Suk, famous guy. I don't know if he's still, I'm pretty sure he still manages somewhat parts of YG Entertainment, but he's the founder of it. They have created a lot of amazing groups, honestly. You got 2NE1, Big Bang, Blackpink, Akmu, iKON. There's a bunch more, but there's a lot of iconic groups that they have created throughout the whole years, even soloists as well. And their whole vibe is very hip-hop, and I don't think that has changed. That might be part of the issue, but they have always been like the hip-hop entertainment company that even if trends are changing or stuff like that, yes, they try to fit into it, but with the YG hip-hop style to it that makes them part of YG, you know what I mean? And that hasn't changed at all. I don't think it is. Has their music changed a bit? Yes, I think now they're kind of realizing that maybe the hip-hop is not fully working and they need to like change a bit, but before it was very hip-hop one, that if you ask somebody like, I like hip-hop music, give me options, the list will be YG Entertainment artist, literally. It will be like that before. But again, I feel like things have been changing for them a lot in a couple of years, but especially this year I feel like, because it just keeps getting smaller and smaller, and I don't really understand why. I don't know if they're struggling or something is happening, because again, they're part of the big companies in entertainment. So it's like, basically it's happening. Like at some point I was looking because I found an article, and I found another one where I was saying that they weren't going to manage actors anymore, and that was at the beginning of January. I'm not gonna read everything again. I'll leave everything that I'm reading, all of that below, but it was on January 17, YG Entertainment announced that they will be ending their actor management operations as part of a business restructuring to concentrate on its core focus of music. So as of January of this year, they're not managing actors anymore. I saw there's still actors under the company, but they're not managing actors anymore. Like that whole side is like over. I should put this to charge. At some point in this article they were putting, yeah, it was towards the end, it says, in the recent years YG has been gradually streamlining its less profitable business sectors and preparing to focus on his music business. Last year, the company absorbed YGX into its global training center, internalizing its expertise and capabilities. Additionally, YG expanded its in-house producing team from around 10 members to over 15, further strengthening its production system. If you're struggling, I don't think the best thing will be to add more people to the team. You know what I mean? You will work with what you have until you can generate more money for that, but okay. YG stated we have consistently worked on restructuring, I cannot say that, our business to focus on our core operations. We are positioning 2025 as the inaugural year where these efforts will bear fruit. I don't think so, but okay. Adding while enhancing the sustainability of our existing IP, we will also accelerate the discovery and development of new IP by continuously strengthening our core competences and solidifying our leadership in the music industry. We aim to write a new chapter in YG's growth story. See, I have issues because, one, again, if you're struggling, which this is what it's sort of telling me, adding more producers is not gonna help. There's more money that you're gonna spend paying. Two, in a growth year where these efforts will bear fruit, artists keep leaving YG. You haven't debuted one in years. A group, I heard that one might debut next year, but I'm not sure. Solidifying our leadership in the music industry, we aim to write a new chapter in YG's growth story. Again, people are leaving your company. I don't think that's helping whatever leadership. In a way, it's kind of making them lose that leadership because people are leaving and things are happening. So that happened at the beginning of this year. So again, seeing a company that is still considered part of the big companies like JYP, SM, I think they still consider Cube Entertainment as one of the big ones, but I'm not entirely sure. The list might have changed a bit because smaller companies are like growing more and more, which that's like another topic for another day. But seeing YG still being considered part of the top ones and seeing them struggle, it's like, what exactly is happening? So the tweets that I saw that inspired this were three actually. This one is from Spring Kais. It says, this is the first one that I saw actually. YG artist roster has changed so much, and it gives you two pictures. It gives you the roster from like a couple of years ago essentially, and the one now. It's a lot. We're gonna talk about the artist in a second, but it's a lot. So saw this one by Mari. It says YG could have been the best K-pop company to ever do it if only they knew how to take care of the artists. Their old roster was so fucking tea. Like they ruled K-pop for a good while, but I'm glad Amwix leaving that fuck ass company. Exactly. Like they were in a way littering the K-pop industry at some point with the groups that they had. So many. Again, we're gonna talk about the groups in a second, but then see, again, it's just they got like 3 essentially, 4 I mean it says here 5, but I would say more 3 or 4. This one, refreshing. This feels like a nightmare. This is the real YG's Who's Next. They had that line a lot when they were going to IW1. They would put like Who's Next, and then they would announce the group that they would be debuting. Now is Who's Next to Leaving. That's essentially what it is now. So I started having those tweets and I was like, hell, what the hell is happening on YG? I found this article. I was looking a little bit of information about something, and I thought this article was interesting. So this is from the Korea Herald, I think is what it says there. It says why YG Entertainment needs a breakthrough K-pop, oh my god, a breakthrough group, now more than ever. This was published on July 7th of this year, and it is by Kim Jae-hoon. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. YG Entertainment, once home to Korea's most influential K-pop groups, is under mounting pressure to develop his next major intellectual property, while the company remains one of the so-called Big Four K-pop agencies alongside SM, JYP, and HYBE. Okay, so Cube is not on the list anymore. Yeah, makes sense. HYBE has grown a lot for sure. It has yet to introduce a new act that rivals the global dominance of its legacy stars. The last truly game-changing group YG Entertainment debuted was Blackpink nearly a decade ago in 2016. Since then, it launched Treasure in 2020, Baby Monster in 2024. However, neither reached the level of superstardom expected from a YG act. Only Baby Monster is positioned to carry the YG banner forward, and even that momentum is fragile. I don't think Baby Monster is going to do that, honestly. They still need Blackpink. Baby Monster, yes, it has gone into like charts and winning all that, but it's not at the level of YG. Not YG, Blackpink, I feel like. According to K-Pop Radar, which tracks global artist data, only Blackpink and Baby Monster made the Korean top 20 list of 2024 in 14th and 19th place, respectively. Oh my god. The ranking released in February showed Blackpink dropping one spot from last year, edging out by the return BTS members Jin and J-Hope from the military service, while still maintaining a strong presence. Baby Monster made a notable leap, entering the top 20 for the first time after being unranked in 2023. The global chart, by contrast, BTS and Blackpink remain in the top tier, while Baby Monster showed remarkable growth by securing the number 4 spot. Other YG acts like Treasure and Winner failed to appear in either ranking. Big Bang Now and Trio followed the departure of Seungri and Top, also not making it into the global list. On the International Federation of Phonographic Industry 2024 list of the world's top 10 recording artists, no YG acts, not even Blackpink, were featured. The only K-pop groups made the list were 17 of Police Entertainment at number 3 and Stray Kids of JYP Entertainment at number 5. While Baby Monster has gained visibility on global charts, public perception suggests otherwise. For a girl group from one of the industry's top agencies, Baby Monster hasn't stood out compared to similarly timed debuts, said music critic Lim Hee-jun. It's been nearly 2 years since Baby Monster's debut, and neither Treasure nor Baby Monster has shown particularly remarkable growth. YG needs to try again. The only big groups that YG has right now are those two, and they're great. You know, I haven't reacted to anything from them on the channel, but I heard the music. They're great. It's fine. They're getting charts position. They're winning. I think they both have won music shows. They're there. The attention is there, but it doesn't compare to past group in YG. None of them will be able to carry YG yet on their backs, as 21 did, as Blackpink, as Big Bang did at some point. They're just not ready. They cannot fully do that, which I think it is why YG doesn't want to let go of Blackpink, because they know they're gonna struggle if that happens. They're already struggling with what they have, you know, so it's like they don't got a top artist right now they can say, yes, this is the face of YG right now. They can carry us until we have another breakthrough. Neither of these two groups can do it right now. They just can't. Treasure, they have like, I don't exactly follow them as much, but they don't have as many comebacks. Baby Monster is the one that is the most active, but still, it's just not really enough to carry YG on their backs. Honestly, they're trying, but they're struggling for it. Financial indicators reflect this as well. Despite Baby Monster's recent releases, the group's impact on YG Entertainment stock's performance has been negligible. Am I saying that right? Probably not. Blackpink remains YG's most valuable asset. In August 2023, the company should have failed to secure a full group contract renewal with the quartet, singing only signing only individual activities agreement instead. During the months of uncertainty that followed, YG posted operation loss of 20.5 billion won, which is 15 million in USD. The full group contract was eventually renewed in December, but the episode underscored just how critical Blackpink is to the company's financial stability. I saw that. I was like, that just wanted to put to the floor. It's just a lot. Last month, optimism on my return when YG announced upcoming activities for Blackpink and other artists. The company's stock jumped from 87,000 won on June 27 to 95,200 won on July 1, but dipped again following renewed publicity scrutiny over Jan's trial for alleged luxury goods smuggling. The fact that Blackpink's group activity still move the needle underscores how little YG Entertainment has done to secure a generational handoff. Same thing, they still need Blackpink for it. They haven't been able to pass that to Baby Monster, Treasure, or even Winner, and they still need Blackpink. They cannot let them go, which is why the tours that they're doing, the apparent comeback they're gonna do next year, is very important for YG right now to keep being in the top companies. But again, I was thinking of making a whole new other video talking about Blackpink. I don't know if I'm still gonna do it. If I ever do, I'll probably talk more in depth about this. But right now, the Blackpink members are doing so much better solo-wise than in a group. I don't think they're as excited to do a tour as a group, honestly. They're enjoying it, they're doing the performance, but still, it's like they're doing a lot better solo right now. And I think they see that it is better solo, at least for them, than in the group. But they gotta be with YG Entertainment. I don't know for how long. I don't know if it is just here and there, but they got this, and I guess they gonna do it whenever they want. YG Entertainment historical strength came from betting big on high impact acts, but in today's hyper competitive K-pop market, where even mid-tier agencies are churning out, breaking through challenge waiting for another Blackpink tier hit may no longer be viable strategy. A lot of smaller companies are releasing a lot of groups, or debuting a lot of groups I should say, that have been a hit since day one. It has happened, and it keeps happening up to this day. The trends are changing, the generation in K-pop is changing. It's not really standing out when it comes to hip-hop. That is not really happening right now, and they're struggling to find that, to make hip-hop make the thing that stand their artists, and they have gotta change a bit, honestly. And because these small mid companies are releasing or debuting these groups that have been a hit since day one, YG is like, oh, what are we gonna do now? Because what we got is not really making it. You know what I mean? Like, the competition is a lot right now in K-pop. To finish this, YG Entertainment is currently betting heavily on the launch of its next rookie girl group set to debut later this year. Jan has described the group as the new protagonist of YG's girl group legacy, signaling a make or break moment for the agency. So that is telling me that Baby Monster didn't do this, you know? If you're telling me it didn't happen, it's December they haven't debuted, so I'm guessing it was moved for next year. That's just my guessing. But by them saying the new protagonist of YG's girl group legacy, that is telling me that Baby Monster didn't make the mark. They're still releasing stuff with them, they're getting the money, but they didn't do what they wanted Baby Monster to do. So they need to debut another one now to save the legacy of 21. Blackpink continues with this one because Baby Monster didn't make it. At least that is how I'm seeing it. Hundreds of groups debut every year, Lim said. Even if you have a strong lineup, it's important to nurture the next group early. That's how you build up a sustainable, renewed model. Loyal fans, the core consumers of K-pop, expect high moral standards and emotional dedication from its artists. A single controversy can alternate them or cause them to shift to a newer, more appealing rookie. So that is the article. Lots of things, again, I just talked as I was reading, but the main one is the new group, That I read that and I was like, oh, so essentially you're telling me Baby Monster didn't make the mark. They're struggling. I feel like they're having a hard time figuring out what to do. Now that we're supposed to debut that girl group, I don't know if it happened. I think it's gonna happen next year by this point, honestly, because I didn't see anything of any new group debuting, all of that. But I was looking at the artists. I wanted to talk about the artists, and I have like a little bit of a list here on this page. I'm gonna leave it below if you want to go into like each group and know about more of them and all of that, more about YG in general. I'm not gonna go too into it, but right now they got Winner. Winner right now is 3 members. One of them is supposed to do the military service, but things have been happening with that, and I don't know exactly when was the last. Have they released something this year? I don't think Winner has been that active this year at all. I don't know what they're doing with Winner. I don't think they have been acting that much this year. Winner is a group that was formed from like a survival type of a show. In a way, what's it called? Who's Next? They're very obsessed with the Who's Next thing. It was a show, I don't remember the name of it, but it was a show with the iKON members, and I think they were kind of seeing who was going to debut, if iKON or Winner. I think it was, I don't know, but I know there was a show, something like that. And Winner started with a whole different image than what they got right now. The Winner definitely struggled when it came to finding their identity as a group, for sure. I think they have found it now, but it's very different from the hip-hop vibe of YG, in my opinion. I don't think they have been that active this year, so I don't know what's happening with Winner. Again, there's still Blackpink under YG. I don't know exactly how they renew the contract, if it is after a certain time they gotta do a group comeback. Right now they're doing tours unless they're done, and apparently next year is that they're gonna do a group comeback. I already talked about Blackpink before. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna make a whole video talking about it, because I think it is very interesting to see them shine as a soloist more than in a group. It's very interesting to see how much energy they put to their solo stuff and how much energy they put to the group ones. And it's not all of them, and it's not all the time, but still, I think they have finally realized it's better for them solo than in a group. And still having to do group stuff because of YG Entertainment, it's like, okay, we're gonna do it, and then they're just done after that. You know what I mean? But there's still Blackpink. You got Treasure. Treasure is another group. I have heard their music. I don't follow them as much. They're the most hip-hop group right now that YG has, in a way. Yes, they're popular. They probably have won first place in music shows. Let's see. The only thing about this page is like it's in English and it's perfect for videos because I don't have to translate. But when it comes to like awards, it's like in like a different page. Okay, I'm seeing here that they have Show Champion, Music Bank. That was Jikjin. That was in 2022. Let's look for 2025. Okay, Last Night, Show Champion, Yellow. Okay, so they have won first place. What was the last thing that they released? They probably have released something this year. Again, I know about them, I just don't follow them as much. They're not strong enough to carry YG to their backs. I don't think they are. Then you have Baby Monster. Again, they're supposed to be the next Blackpink. They're not really hip-hop-ish, but they have their own style as a group and music. Yeah, they cannot carry YG in their bags. Again, the fact that in the article, like I said, next one is gonna be the legacy thing. It's like, then Baby Monster didn't make it. They have one, they have the chart, all of that, the numbers. It's not enough to carry YG. And now you have the new group. Here it just says Next Monster. Their debut date is currently unknown. It's gonna be 4-member girl group for Blackpink. 21. We're 4 members as well. See it? Baby Monster is more than 4. Doesn't tell me that much It just says they're called For Now Next Monster. On May 26th, YG Entertainment announced that 2 boy groups and 2 girl groups may be debuting. Revealed that he is planning to debut one of the 2 boy groups in 2026, as well as a 4-member girl group. The 4 members will be released one by one starting May 28th, with hopes to release solo songs in 2026. They want to debut 2 boy groups in 2026 and 1 girl group? Are you struggling? Are you insane? You can barely manage them, which is another thing. They can barely manage their artists, and you want to manage 3? On May 28th, Evely was revealed to be the first one, followed by Chania on June 16th. It doesn't tell me anymore. The other 2 are to be announced, apparently. Solo songs in 2026. Okay, so since June they haven't released any other 2. There's still 2 left in this girl group. They haven't said anything since June. Doesn't look great. You're late. You know, I feel like if they have been releasing them throughout the last part of this year, by next year they could have released the solo songs that they're gonna release. There's nothing about the other 2, unless this page is not updated. It doesn't tell me. They got soloists, which is quite interesting because they have Jinwoo, which we saw in the picture. He's a soloist. And the other 4 soloists are the members from Winner. Nothing else. Not at all. And then the producers, which is a huge ass list. And then you got all the former artists. I don't know all of them because again YG has been since 1996, but I'm gonna mention the ones that I know about since I got into K-pop. Big Bang, I'm pretty sure they all left the company. They have, yes. Huge group. They carry YG on their backs for years. These people are just doing their own thing right now. 21 is another one. Huge group under YG. Carry YG on their backs as well. You got Psy. He now has his own company, all of that. Lehigh? I don't know if it's Lehigh or Leehee. She's a soloist. Amazing. I don't know anything about her. She was in a company. I don't know if she is anymore. Amazing woman. Her music is awesome. She was from one of those K-pop star shows. Her voice is heaven. You got Epic High. A lot of people know about Epic High. Very hip-hop-ish. Akmu just left recently. Winner. Winner is still in this company. I don't know why. Oh well, one of the members of Winner left. That's why. Icon, very hip hop. There were the other ones that were on the show with Winner to see which one was going to like debut first. Amazing. Right now the company that they're under suck, in my opinion. They're doing military service and all of that, but they're an amazing boy group. Great. They're left on like what, 2022. Blackpink. They're still under YG in a way, but the members left. Treasure. 2 members actually left from Treasure. So many groups have left, and there's even more. Again, I'll leave this page if you want to see the whole list because it's been throughout the years, but it's just this past like 2 years that everybody's leaving, and it's like, what the hell is happening in this company? Producers, again, a lot of actors. They got trainees, which a lot of them, which I'm guessing that's where the 2 boy groups and 1 girl group is coming from. Why would you debut so much in 2026 if you are struggling, in my opinion? Because again, right now they got Blackpink, Treasure, Baby Monster, Winner, and the Jiwoon, the soloist guy. 5. Not all Blackpink members can do a comeback because they're doing solo-wise, so I'm hiding them. The solo guy, I don't know if he still releases music, so I'm just gonna hide him for a second. So essentially you got Winner, which hasn't been active in a while, Baby Monster, and Treasure. None of them have the strong fandom to carry YG Entertainment on their backs like 21 did, like Big Bang, like Blackpink. Like they just don't have it right now. Are they popular? Yes, but they are not strong enough to carry the whole company. This company is struggling, and they are one of the 4 big ones. What the fuck is happening? They're struggling. Again, if it is true that they're planning to debut that many groups in 2026, they're gonna struggle a lot more. And I haven't even touched on promotion and the other thing that the tweet said, if they actually took care of their artists, like all of that. I haven't even mentioned that. We're gonna be here forever if I mention that. But it's horrible. The promotion, the taking care of the artists, all of that is not the greatest thing in my opinion. They're struggling with that, so it's like you're struggling with everything. People, just everything at this point, and you want to debut more next year. You want to see if this one is the legacy that you need. Like the article said, they need a breakthrough. They need somebody to carry YG Entertainment. They haven't found it yet. Baby Monster is not the one they need. It wouldn't surprise me if Baby Monster's promotion and releases start dying down a bit, just for them to be able to focus on these new groups on 2026 and see which one is gonna be the breakthrough to like carry the company from now on. Is promotion part of helping? Because it's gonna be awful if you don't do that. They got nothing to sustain them at the moment. They got groups that do well, but at the same time they aren't in the level that other groups that they had there were to sustain this company. Okay, like I said, they're debuting those. We will see if it happens. If it does, I'll keep an eye out. Maybe I'll do a reaction if it actually happens. We will see, because again, YG is very hip-hop-ish. And that's the other point. I think they need to realize that that might not be the greatest thing right now, because there's so many trends, there's so many things happening right now in K-pop that hip-hop is not gonna cut it. That's not your card to play anymore, and poof, it will magically work and the group is gonna be perfect. It's gonna carry YG great. It's not gonna be like that anymore, because now people want more. People want different things. People have more distinguished of what they want in K-pop, and I think they need to realize that to actually make music that the public might actually listen to and see if it works. If you don't want to do that, okay, but at least something that is in hip-hop, change it up, do something else. Maybe that's what you need to have that breakthrough that they need, you know. Maybe, we'll see. But also I feel like if they had that, like they had that perfect group that would carry them for whatever much the contract is. Promotion is lacking so much, management is lacking so much that it wouldn't matter. They also need to fix that. I think that's the first thing that they need to fix. Promotion and management. Fix that first. Learn how to support your artists. They got now to be able to debut other ones. They need to learn how to support because they also suck at that in my opinion. So it's like, again, you want to debut, but then your promotion, your management, your support lacks completely. So it's like, what is the point? You're not even doing that with the ones that you got that are supposed to be the legacy, and you're gonna try again. It's like trial and error for them. This one didn't work, okay, we can just, if we need them, we will take them out. Let's focus on new one. Let's see if this one's work. I didn't know about the 2 boy groups and the girl group. I didn't fully know that. I thought it was only one. I think if they do that, it's gonna be too much for them to handle. It's gonna hurt them. They're gonna start having issues balancing everything. They took out the acting company to focus on music. That is a signal that they're struggling, that they cannot do like 2 or 3 things at the same time. They just need to fix themselves first before debuting new ones. That's basically what they need to do. And also, having too much is also a lot. YG has a lot. JYP Entertainment has a lot of groups, but lately they have been doing decently when it comes to giving the groups the spotlight when they do a comeback. Decently. It's not the greatest sometimes, but they're decently doing it. I feel like YG doesn't know how to do that. I think the new wave in K-pop is definitely hurting YG, because again, it's not all about hip-hop anymore, you know. It's not really what it is. It's not enough to put them on the map, to put their groups on the map, because the wave right now in K-pop is so different that everybody's doing anything that they want, honestly. And it's not exactly hip-hop, and the trends change, and they're struggling a lot. So I don't know exactly what they're gonna do, honestly. I feel like they need to figure that out themselves. But also, fix your promotion management, support the artists that you got, grow them, all of that. Take classes, whatever you gotta do, learn, and then see if you can debut new groups in 2026 and see which one is gonna carry YG. And we will see what happens, because it's again, it's an interesting thing to see a big company struggle so much with absolutely everything, to the point that your artists are leaving, are just completely leaving in a way, and you got nothing to continue the legacy, to continue to support the company that way. It's just fascinating seeing a group that is one of the big ones struggle so much, having a hard time having a group that will break through everything and be the one to carry this. It's fascinating to see. It just shows how things can change so quickly for a company that is like one of the big ones, which on the other side is fascinating to see smaller companies grow so much so quickly and actually learn how to promote and all of the other groups so they would grow. It's quite fascinating. But yeah, I'll leave this here. Again, I'll leave everything below if you want to read it by yourself. If any of you have heard anything about this, please let me know. Let me know your opinions about it. I want to see what you all think about this. What do you think is going to happen with YG? It's interesting to see. I think next year, if they're actually going to debut that many, it's going to be very interesting and important for them to see what happens. So yeah, let me know what you'll think. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all. Hopefully there's no more fireworks. And yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.